Hey everybody, welcome to our first edition of Real Talk Tuesdays for Happy Writing. I am Dion Abulela, the head happy writer over at Happy Writing. And I'm so excited that you're here with me today as we're starting this new week of live videos full of tips, tricks, and techniques. So kind of ignore what's going on here today. I look a little Rod Stewartish. So if you follow my social media channels, you know that I live in India. And right now it's well over 110 degrees and everything is just like and dry, and I'm sucking water down like an elephant, storing it like a camel, and everything is just dry and frizzy. So I'm rocking the Rod Stewart look for you guys today. So let's get into it. We want to do these videos quick and dirty, 5 to 10 minutes, not a lot of blah blah, just a lot of tips. So Real Talk Tuesdays, on Real Talks on Tuesdays, I'm going to get live. I'm going to get dirty down into the details. It might be a little vulgar at times because Real Talk Tuesdays are my days to give you like a figurative bitch smack and be like, wake the fuck up. Okay, so a lot of times I'm really polite, but every once in a while we have to let the politeness down to really have a breakthrough and get through the core of the problem. So the big question in the Happy Writing Facebook group right now, which is at facebook.com/groups/happy writing, is how do I build my social media? Social media is not rocket science, but it does take work. Okay, so it's dedication and it's consistency. And I have been on both sides of this, where my social media has flown and where my social media has tanked. And I have been there where I haven't posted on social media for months and where I post consistently. I've used all kinds of different apps. I've used Hootsuite. I've used Sendable. Love it until they just redid everything and took a $50 package up to $200 of a package. It was the most amazing social media scheduling platform on the face of the planet, and then they just made it to where it's completely unaffordable for everybody that was using it. So on them, I now use eClencher and I love it. So a real talk tip right now is, if you have problems dedicating to your social media, like I run so many accounts with the publishing company, with Happy Writing, with my blog, with helping authors out, running author accounts, that I cannot just sit down for an hour a day and talk to people. So I have to schedule a core group of tweets. And so that's how we have a pigeon on the balcony, so my dog might bark here in a minute. So apologies if that throws you off. All right, so scheduling and following a plan. So use a schedule if you have to do it. It's not rocket science. And this really pisses me off because I've worked with authors before where I wrote them 300 tweets, 10 tweets a day for a month into a spreadsheet. The spreadsheet was correct. All they had to do was upload it into their social media. And I said, look, all you have to do is get Hootsuite. It's, at the time, was $9.99 a month, and you just bulk upload. And the author told me, yeah, I can't spend $10 a month on this. You know, I'm just not interested in that. And I was just kind of like, you know what, fuck you. You're contracted into my publishing house, and I'm paying the bills on your book. And no publishing company is going to write your social media. Authors, let's get real about that, okay? It is not your publishing company's job to handle your brand. And secondly, why would you want someone else to tell you who you are and to speak for you and to grab your audience for you? And if you're not willing to get out there and meet your audience, and if you're not willing to get out there and present yourself and create your persona and who you are as an author, then close that book. Close your writing project and get the fuck out of the internet right now. Goodbye, hello, farewell. It doesn't work that way. And so a lot of authors right now are really super selfish, or they have this whole idea that, oh my God, I wrote a book and the world needs to bow down and kiss my feet and do this for me and do that for me and do this for me. No. It just doesn't work that way. So real talk, guys. this goes back to what we talked about on the NICE edition yesterday for Monday talk. But you got to do it yourself, okay? And if you cannot sit down and do it every single day, then what you've got to do is get a scheduling program. Some cost more than others based on how many accounts you run and the different type of tools that you're going to need for it. But for today's Real Talk authors, what it comes down to with growing your social media is realizing that you have to do it. All right, so you got to do it, and you got to do it consistently, and you have to be social with it. If you're just putting stuff out, buy my book, go to this link, look at this, no one's going to click on it. So be realistic. What do you click on? When you click on a link, why do you click on it? So what I want you to do for the rest of this week is pay attention to why you're clicking on links, pay attention to links that grab your attention, screenshot them or write them down, put them on a Pinterest board, talk to other writers in the Happy Writing group and tell them, I loved this. This one was so good. Oh my God, this one really got my attention. And see, kind of mimic that. So it's, like I said, it's not rocket science, but it is work to figure out your audience and find out what works for you. So for instance, I know with Pen Name Publishing that our core audience loves to read YA books, but at the same time, our core audience is 30 and over, primarily in the US. They primarily access our accounts via AT&T Mobile, and they make over $100,000 a year. That's not the typical audience that you would think to have for YA heavy catalog, but that's what our audience analytics give us. So I know that I don't have to approach my audience solely as sort of childish. So we do a lot of uplifting quotes, a lot of book facts, a lot of book history, things like that, and it works for our audience because we have a large base of adults that read YA book or who love kind of like the easier literary fiction pieces that we put out. So if you are not following your analytics, if you are not looking at what tweets work and taking off the tweets that nobody is replying to, then you're not running it right. Okay, so analytics exists for a reason, and the ability to look and see what you're doing is right under your fingertips. You can actually find your Twitter analytics directly from your Twitter screen. It will be on the little right-hand side. It will say your tweets have reached this many impressions. And if you click on that, it will give you a full breakdown of your Twitter account. If you do not know your if you're not tracking your account, so if you're sitting here saying it's not working for me, but you're not tracking it, so you don't know how many you had last month versus this month, you don't know what your most popular tweet is, you don't know what your most popular time is, you don't know who is following you on Facebook, you don't know your impressions on Facebook, you don't know your shares on Facebook, then you're never going to grow your account because you're working blindly. And this is something that nobody should do. You shouldn't go into it and just work blindly and just hope for the best, because what you're going to do is walk around in circles and get tired and stop doing it. So work smarter, not harder. People say that all the time, but I really love that. I think it's really important to get out there and just work smart, okay? So a little bit of common sense on that one. We're starting at the bare basics right now, and I'm going to start giving you some of my dirty tips and tricks as we get into this. And so for some people, they might be going, oh, this is the stuff I hear all the time. Since we're just starting out with this series and with getting Happy Writing going, we got to start from the beginning here. So real talk today, guys. Realize, first of all, it's your job. No one's going to do it for you. Realize you have to take it seriously. You have to do it consistently. You have to know your audience. You have to speak to your audience. You have to appeal to your audience. And you have to create yourself for your audience. That's it. So that's our Real Talk Tuesday, guys. Put the pride away for a second. You got some work to do, or you got some people to hire to do it for you. Okay, but you can't rely on anybody else to do it unless you're paying them, period. So that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this edition of Real Talk Tuesday. Join us on Facebook, facebook.com/group/Happy Writing, and you can ask me any questions. You can talk to other authors about any questions, and you can even give us suggestions for future episodes about what you are dying to know that we can help you out with. Future episodes, we're going to bring the roundtable back with different author guests, discuss hot topics in publishing and the book industry, as well as have live action author queries and author workshops. So look at those upcoming editions, and I hope you're having a terrific Tuesday. Get your ass in gear. Go build your platform. See you next time.